All right, guys, it's time. The seat's back out. There is the floor pan in the box for there. Got some sheet metal to patch that. Got some sheet metal to patch that up there. I'm contemplating hitting the whole floor. I don't know. Got some air coming through here that I'm seeing right now for the first time. So I might flap disc it all, pull out all this insulation and all that, and I want to put some sound deadener down. But I got to get that done and that done first. I'm hoping that when I pull this off, it's easy to not cut the floor brace. I don't know what it looks like under there. I've seen the floor brace in like the, whatchamacallit, the people that make the replacement panels. I can't think of what they're called off the top of my head right now. But I've seen what it looks like, but I haven't seen it under there. And I've been under there 100 times where it was always fooling with the exhaust or whatever. So I got to see how big this pan is. I think it goes back to like wherever. This is all solid. So I'm going to cut it up there somewhere and figure it out from there and just fill that in. Fix this for now. I don't know what's going on with it. There's a lot of stuff happening. But I want to, if it's removable, like actually removable, then I want to, see this stuff's, what I want to do is get it out of there and see if I can replicate that piece. It looks like it should just go straight across here. I don't know if this dude had a floor shifter in here or what. But I should be able to fix that up pretty easy and make that removable. So when I do the T5, like when I did the T5 in the Chevy, I pulled the whole thing out and did it on the table. And it was a million times easier than trying to do it in the car because the transmission was already in place. That's how I knew where to cut the hole. So that's my plan with this. But we're going to find out. Hopefully I can replicate that over there. I want it all to look factory for the most part. That's how I'm trying to do it. I don't want it to look like it's out of place at all or anything like that. But I want to do sound deadener on the floor, sound deadener in the doors. My goal is no squeaks, no outside noise. Just hear the motor, the radio, and the exhaust, and that's it. I'm going to take some measurements for the firewall mounted brake pedal and clutch pedal, because depending on what needs to be done to this house, I might be doing that T5 swap over the winter too. But car show season, the year's over. It's a week before January 1st. It's the day after Christmas. And car show season is right around the corner. There's my list. I don't know if you can see that. That's everything I'm trying to get done right there. So I got to make it happen for as little money as possible. But the floor's solid. Got that right there that needs to be fixed. Other than that, everything's good to go. And what we got up here, obviously. So yeah. Here we go. Let the games begin. Oh, and I'm going to have to move the fuse box over. I'm sealing up the fresh air ducts on both sides. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to move the fuse box over to where that is. That'll give me room for the pedal assembly right behind there. If nothing else, I'll use the same one Dad's Mods did. And what I'm trying to do is put the T5 in with a Chevy pressure plate. And it says you have to use a hydraulic throwout bearing, which I don't want to do because I'd like to keep my original pedal. But I don't know. So if anybody knows anything about that, if you know of a throwout bearing you can use with a Chevy pressure plate on the flathead with a mechanical clutch linkage. It's a tongue twister, man. Let me know. I also I'm going to do some measuring. Might get a 2-gauge panel there and a 2-gauge panel there. Move the tack and water temp gauge for one side because that NOS gauge is stuck on hot, as you can see. I didn't notice. I thought it was on cold or I would have sent it back. And then have 2 gauges over here, which would be volts and water. Oil pressure gauge works great. Gas pressure or gas gauge works great. Voltmeter works great. Temp gauge doesn't work at all. So, yeah. And that thing's a pain in the ass. I don't feel like trying to get up in there and switch it out with the dash in. It was easy with the dash out, but with the dash in, it's a whole nother ballgame. So I'm thinking what I might do if I do the gauges there. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just thinking as I'm sitting here. Is pull those out because I'm not going to have the fresh air ducts. I am going to have, maybe I'll leave that in and I'll make that into the heater control knob because I'm putting the Summit heater in place of the stock heater, which was right there. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. It depends on what kind of gauges I can fit there. Maybe I'll do 3 and 3 if I can swing it with the e-brake handle. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll throw a Chevy e-brake handle on there because that was on one side. It wasn't the T-handle like this. It was only the one side, and you pulled it out, and then you rotated it down and pushed it in just like that, but it was only stuck off to the side. So I'll figure all that out. Going to put the back speaker in because I still have the wires right there for it. I just haven't run it yet because it's a 6x9 and it won't fit in this hole. But I'm also covering this whole thing with 16 gauge sheet metal and the whole back of the seat with 16 gauge sheet metal to build a semi-firewall for the Mustang tank in case the crap goes down. You know what I mean? Trying to be ready, in the words of Cypress Hill. Yeah, that's it. I got to figure out how to get that speaker wire up over here. It was not easy. I tried, but that was with the seat, and now I can lay on the floor and get down to business. But there we go. Updates of what's about to be going on in video land. Stay tuned. Stick around. Tell your boys, tell your girls, tell your parents, tell your kids, because it's about to be on. Countdown to car show season begins. On my next video, I'll give you a date, and we'll see how we're looking. By the way, if anybody has a knob for that ashtray that matches the chrome, I'm in the market. If anybody has an ashtray here that's not rusted, that I just realized that was rusted, I'm in the market. That one has a little bit of rust, but it's not as bad, so I can live with that. What else do I need? That's it. That's it. Yeah. If you got it and you want to part with it, hit me up. Let me know.